DUMSOR be a besino, and yet John Mahama. Memo bia na daw. John Mahama nyahe. And an Akufo-Addo. And the NPP for na ne course ye. Omunim. Nanche, Eugene Beck joining me. The documents no. Say, a car, a banway, a NPP a buy at Deno. 1 year after 2025 no. DUMSOR a baby bano. Kresa. According to say free senior high school no. Yen na ni enim say aduane aye problem. Awofo bia me bia lines under na Akufo-Addo na awofo frɛ say aduane ye problem. Yen na ni enkonkotwa aduane na nkra ni di. Eto de bia gare ne nkwan bi basa bi.
Welcome to azingatv.
As we speak, we have a challenge currently with feeding students in secondary schools, as the Ghana Education Service insisted that schools must reopen on the 3rd of January, contrary to the advice of the Conference of Heads of Assisted Secondary Schools. As a stopgap measure, I've asked the Chief of Staff to work with the Ghana Education Service to allocate and evacuate food that is currently held in warehouses in Tema, which this food was imported by the outgone government in response to the drought that occurred last year. But in this emergency, we need to use some of that food to feed our students so that education can continue.
After His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, this is the way to Javier. Ena fiada. Car a koyi Giannini in a water my warehouse. They call various schools across the country. Other for moment, Tama cars ni Giannini, Ako schools more. UTV Ghana, HI.
House is a whole right, a war may teach you a watema. No may enuane drona, no muy in
This is
SHS a whole right, a war memuna, or Machiche Emma Ebi Akohonum, or Mampani de Aquanche and Chief of Staff, and a Ghana Education Services say, and many mia in Miania, a warehouses Nina, or Mumwachi, no Monchiche, Emma Sukus, no woman's into me and Kembi. Now Dr. Apak Ekasan and Wichim say it may be a chum, now or a deputy ranking member, Rashabi Jim, Year Education Committee into a general announcement and Hobansem ama Ghana for say enuane no mbecheche ama schools bia enuane hwaye den ediama wo manu ya no won sa atumi akan bi wo hwe kwan say schools bebo ahankon 900 ene echi eno mbenya enuane ebi enkan mantemu enne eno hwe ase se o chenuane na akọ schools no emo na efiada econom mantam ahoro ne emiamia no so ebi ebekọ amomonsa akomo de Dr. Park say efitin na ekọ de National Buffer Stock Company enye wo nom di enuane no ebeko senior high schools na ko supply wo ebio na de tie enie Ministry of Finance eni mpanyinfo mo kan bia ewom e wo masua so ye ti say Education Ministry Ghana Education Service na Charles o machia enti aban de sika no e be ma mpanyinfo mo de schools ahoro no ano no mankasa kototo nuane a wo mo behwe edi dwuma wei ensema efi aban atena ya ababeto edwa o chie wo se Ghana Education Service Ministry of Food and Agriculture any omampanyin for akaboma anamontre washase tentente.
Normally to forestall blackouts because of the loss of almost 2,000 megawatts of power, we have to make provision for fuel, and this is light crude oil, heavy fuel oil, and distillate fuel. Unfortunately, enough provision was not made for this eventuality. When the fuel arrives, it takes time to import it, 3 weeks to place an order and get it delivered. And when it arrives, you have to treat the fuel for another week and a half to make it ready for use in the generating plants. And so there's a threat of power outages. But my brothers and sisters, don't despair. Like I said, You elected us to solve the problems, not to put the blame on anybody else or to shoulder you with those problems. And so yesterday I called a meeting of all the stakeholders in the electricity value chain, and they have been sitting since yesterday to today to come out with innovative solutions so that we're able to keep the lights on. And so I can assure you, with some of the ideas they've come up with, we would make sure that your lights stay on and that we do not have DUMSOR, as you popularly call it.
Therefore, after John Dramani Mahama addressed school feeding the VA and or by energy sector, and also the same way and a tuja, and or treachery must say, or yet or more yet, don't be na say they are Ghana for you being a light, no light in the be stable, a baby. Because other kaya, be na working money. Your light in the year stable, sir, or how near Jumba be near Soha. I call you DUMSOR line. And you do be na Ghana for the brain na air complain, say, catch them some amount to my and this in the Mahama about the DUMSOR baba and no the aban. When an anako down to a bum or say Ghana ni bia will be na no. Akase John Dramani Mahama na di DUMSOR aban na sabi Sadi pan one drain, said you Sadi pan wajimi sabi Sadi pan na drain and year juma. Or say John Dramani Mahama over in 2016. No was so good DUMSOR and Sana OC. NSC a current DUMSOR away, and yet John Dramani Mahama ne de buy. And yet Nana Addo Kufuado and a MPP a buy, or more the buy. It is so you blame Bia, more obi, Mamma could blame John Dramani Mahama and this. Move on blaming Nana Addo Kufuado and a MPP a buy, or more the DUMSOR a buy. Obisha, Mamma said, Nana could down to a rich remo, Embra.
DUMSOR be a besino, and yet John Mahama. Memo bia na daw. John Mahama nyahe. And an Akufo-Addo. And the MPP for na ne course ye. Omunim. Nanche, Eugene Beck joining me. Ye the documents no. Ebetrel. Ye call who meeting. Ye ni SF4 call who meeting. So Beka wa wetie me pe me kan say. A car aban way. A MPP aban edeno. One hwe ya. After 2025 no. DUMSOR ebebe ba no. And then what are we talking about? Jeff call no so me de ba kubi ato so ne yankinkai. Kofi call no so on the issue. Na me show a car aban way e dim panifo ne ka. Ana ne yanka no kresa. Akwa ti say free senior high school no. Ye nyina ne anim say aduane aye problem. Awofo bia aha me bia lines under na Akufo-Addo na awofo frɛ say aduane ye problem. Ye nyina ne enkonkotwa aduane na nkra ne di. Etoda bi agare ne nkwan bi basa bi yenyina ne ani ha say buffer stock no na ban di omuka ento omu nya aduane no mu di aba yenyina ne anim. But at that time no only one kwakasa na Charles for headmasters akabo who say this was the problem, but now kokana na Akufo-Addo aban tintin treaty any Nebuchadnezzar nsem ti oma wo kwan so obeka senti no musuro afi no muka because John Mahama ban no say afi headmasters ya na musuro mo so mo nkasa enu nti na headmasters na no musuro no anna na Akufo-Addo because oya ye betia ye be yiwadi no afi no mu kasa no mu say aduane ni ho enti mo mama no ko senior high school mo ba mo mfa aduane mo mpe gari mo mpe shito mo mpe milk mo mpe sanyoma ni nyina hyikyire enka ho o say John Mahama buy in free senior high school and cranny the aduane ko. That is wickedness. Boni adwon boni ni beye unya beifu a wa won cause problem enko cause me ka say John Mahama na aye.
The looming power crisis has prompted agent engagements between the government and key stakeholders in the energy sector in a bid to avert a potential disruption of economic activities and public services. President John Dramani Mahama, during a meeting with the independent power producers to address their concerns, assured them of the government's commitment to finding lasting solutions. During the meeting, the president acknowledged the challenges facing the power sector and emphasized the importance of collaboration in resolving the crisis.
The first thing is for us to deal with the issue of the value chain, the whole power value chain. And that means that we must start from the downstream all the way upstream. There are issues to do with availability of gas, and so that's upstream, how we get the companies in that space to increase exploration and bring on more gas so that we eliminate the use of fossil fuels and achieve our dream of gas to power 100%, which will bring down the cost of generation. That's the first thing. And the next is to see how we can bring more efficiency in terms of your sector and the production of power so that we can pass on any benefits to the Ghanaian people.
He also expressed concern about the escalating debt and losses at the Electricity Company of Ghana.
Please
ECG,
subscribe, comment, and share for more content.
To address revenue shortfalls and improve efficiency.
Even as irregular as PDS was and as inefficient as it was, I mean, when PDS came, you could see an increase in the revenue that was being collected. And so if we do it more transparently, more fairly, more competitively, I'm sure that we'll get an efficient partner to join us in terms of billing and metering so that we can eliminate the huge losses that ECG is making. And so we're willing to take the bull by the horns and reform that sector of it and also reform the governance in ECG so that it's running more efficiently than it does currently.
However, the IPPs have expressed their readiness to work together with the government to tackle this issue.
The government has been handed over. So we are Ghanaians, we are reasonable. So we have commenced a journey towards ensuring that Georgia, so that the other party doesn't get injured by the present situation.
Meanwhile, the West African Gas Pipeline Company, WAMCO, earlier agreed to postpone its scheduled pipeline maintenance by 2 weeks, offering temporary relief to Ghana's energy sector, which is grappling with inadequate fuel supplies for thermal power plants.
Thank you so much for watching. Kindly don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Stay safe till we meet in the next one. I love you and it's bye for now.